down in the downtown area. This is like the fourth live stream I've done tonight or today. And the main reason I came over here, not expecting any problems, hassles, whatever else, but the Alamo Rangers, as they have often done before, try to suppress your rights to film in public, to ask people questions in public, to talk in public. And they say, well, we're going to arrest you for this or that or anything else. Now, you see this guy over here with the, you see him sucking his thumb. That's not him sucking his thumb, that's him actually discreetly showing on his microphone that I'm back on scene. So, again, when you get officers that choose to tell you that they will arrest you for asking questions in public or for filming in public at the Alamo, the shrine of Texas liberty, you have to ask yourself, how the hell did these guys get hired as guards at the shrine of Texas liberty? And the fact is that they just got hired by a local company who goes, yeah, we gave you the minimum bid. We don't care about rights. We don't care about people's freedoms. We don't care about anything. We're just going to do what we want to do. Now, as I scroll around, you will see at least 20 other people filming. And I mean, right here next to me, there's a gentleman filming. He's got a professional camera, excellent photo gear, and he's filming. You notice they don't care about that. What they care about is if you ask questions. And as soon as you ask a question, they get upset and then they imply you no longer have a right to film. Now, the individual who took a picture there, they go, oh, it's fine, take your picture. But at the same time, they don't like having their picture taken if they're in a public space and asking citizens to relinquish information that citizens do not need to relinquish. And I'll give you an example. The individual to my left, and I'll scroll my camera over and then scroll back over. The individual on my left side may not be from the United States. It doesn't matter if he is or not. He doesn't have to provide his ID to the security guard here simply because he wants to film. But the security guard will tell him, you need the ID because your filming is suspicious. So while I'm doing my live feed, I do other things for other people at times. I'm going to pause this right now and offer these people the opportunity to get a picture together if they want that. You guys want a picture all together?
Sure.
Not a problem.
Sure.
Just need to push the photo button.
Yes. Yes.
1, 2, and 3. And I'm going to take another one just in case you don't like that one. And because I'm redundant, a third one. You guys are good. Hey, thank you for visiting Stephen Sunday. So back on my live stream, visitors down here, like I said, I did that. I put my camera away. They're enjoying life. They're doing what they need to do. They're walking away in the background. Not a problem. Again, public photography is not a crime. But when people assume that it is, or assume that you have bad intents, and then want to restrict your right to film for whatever reason they want to, it leads down a slippery slope. So going back to what I said again, I'm going to flip my camera around. I'm going to walk through this area. And again, you see how many people are filming. And again, these officers were not upset by the fact that I'm filming. What they're upset is about the fact that I'm filming the officers. And you've got someone who may be in character. I'm not sure. He looks like he's an employee here, but I've already been cautioned not to talk to the employees here, that it may interfere with their work and I may be arrested for it, which is complete bullshit. If a person wants to talk, they can talk. If they don't, then that's up to them. So you got a person maybe, and again, it's not a reenactor because his outfit is completely out of date, but just the facts are the facts. So you got your officer over here. And again, earlier when I was told by speaking to a volunteer I'd be arrested, I was upset about that. How you doing? You work for the Alamo?
Yes, sir.
Hey, what do you do here?
I help coordinate like the field trips and stuff.
The field trips?
Yeah.
Hey, so how does a group come down and get a organized tour?
All you have to do is send an email to tours@thealamo.org and somebody will get with you to coordinate your visit.
Okay, well I appreciate that.
Yeah.
What's your name?
My name is Tom.
Tom, my name's Tori.
Nice to meet you.
My YouTube channel's Blue Lives Matter. That doesn't really matter here. Earlier, your security guards were really upset that I was asking people who work here questions.
Okay.
And I'll point the camera away from you, but do you find my questions offensive about how people need to get information? Or,
No, not at all. And you feel free to email us with any questions you may have.
Okay.
Yeah, we're always glad to help people come visit. That's why we're here.
Okay, well, I appreciate that. How long have you been in the San Antonio area?
Quite a while now.
Quite a while. And you said your name's Tom?
Yeah.
Okay. Other than this particular location, do you work anywhere else for the city or?
No.
Okay, so you work as a volunteer or maybe a paid employee. I don't want to.
Sure.
Either way, you work at this location for the Alamo.
Correct.
Okay, so as an employee or volunteer, what is the problem as far as security goes with people asking you questions? Like, I mean, I see you let someone in, you know who they are, you're doing your job. Did I interfere with that by asking you a question?
No, sir, and I'm not a security person here, so
Right.
I'm not sure what their protocols are. Again, if you have questions, you can email them to us, and we'll make sure the right people can respond to you.
Okay, well, you know, I tried that. Actually, the officer told me to go up to the street and ask a person, and I went to the street, and the people that they told me to point to ran away. And then they called the police, and I was like, have the police talk to them. Like, hey, I'm filming in public. This is the Alamo. I'm sorry, maybe my point is here, this is the Alamo. This is the Shrine of Texas Liberty. We want people to know that you come down here, you see what it is, but you don't get restricted or told you can't film or you can't walk or you can't talk or ask questions. And at the same time, your Alamo security guards, and they're not even peace officers, they're security guards, tell people they'll arrest them if they talk to people like yourself who work on the location. And again, his complaint to Park Police specifically stated, if I talk to an employee, I'm interfering with operations. And that's why I asked, am I interfering with your operations by standing back and talking to you? Do you feel I'm interfering?
I did, thank you. Yeah, thank you. I'll text them. Sir, I wasn't sure what your earlier incident was, but again, if you ever have a question, we're more than happy to answer it for you. And if you send an email in about anything, we'll do our best to get it to the proper person.
Okay, so I guess the bottom line question is it a crime to ask an employee who works for the Alamo a question? No.
I wouldn't think so.
That's what that guy right over there told me. He said he'd arrest me if I did it. And I said, call the police.
Again, sir, I wasn't there for that, so.
Gotcha. I appreciate you being polite, you being friendly. thank you for working for all the visitors down here. I know sometimes tourists can be a pain. I know especially people like myself can be a pain to officers who do what they tell people. So, you know this person, obviously, you're letting them in. Person's an employee here. So, you are employed in a security manner,
I'm not in security here.
but you're letting people into a restricted area.
Yes, we have a staff training.
Okay, so there's a staff training going on right now? What is the staff training for?
I'm not too sure right now.
Okay, so who is attending the staff training
What staff members?
of the Alamo? So are they a public or a private organization? And again, the reason I ask this is because you obviously knew who that person was. You let them in. They're attending. The guard let in people carrying in boxes of pizza. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but the public, when we go, we want to see the same thing, and we see other people gain access, but we can't. We go, why? And so you know they're employees of the Alamo.
Correct.
I'll let you address them. I'm sorry. Hello.
Yes, ma'am. And our operating hours are from 9 to 5:15. Yes, ma'am. But we open at 9, so the first entry you can do it on your computer and get your ticket. Or in the morning, you can go to that red box right there and get a ticket. Right here. Come on. And it's free. No fees.
Okay. All right. That's funny.
So again, you see very professional conduct between him and the public. He's letting them know when they're open, when they're not. But again, when the officers tell people, if you have any questions, you can ask this person, but there's no person there, you have to question that. They're having staff training in the back right now, and that's fine. It's a private organization. They're spending taxpayers' money, but it's a private organization in the back. And again, this person, while not working in a security capacity, he knows who's coming in. He's restricting access to people going in or out. He's been completely professional and polite about it, and that is a good sign. Maybe their security guards should take the same lessons.
This is an employee.
Get the tax back.
And again, when I say this is what we as a city want to see with our employees, regardless of whether they're personal employees or private property employees. Because again, this individual, he doesn't work for the city, he works for a private organization. Either way, but it represents the city. And you see he has.
Cool, isn't it? That's pretty cool.
Look at his jacket. That's like a real deal.
Jacket.
You see, he has a good capacity to speak with the public. I was trying to back up and backed into a rail.
It's just hard right now because it's a holiday weekend.
Oh, is it?
President's Day's on Monday. It took us a few cups of coffee this morning to realize that. We were like, why are we so busy? And that's the reason why. But we have plenty of availabilities just for timed entry. That the timed entry is just to get inside this building. If you want to come and walk through the grounds, you can do so. You can do it right during normal operation hours. Yeah, so
So you can just come and walk around.
Oh, cool.
yeah. And if you get on your phone tonight or your computer, you can book it one of those 3 times entry tickets for yourself, or do it at that red welcome center when you arrive.
Oh, you have to have a ticket?
To get inside this building.
Okay, is it a tour?
It's a self-guided tour. We have staff members throughout the grounds and in the buildings to answer any questions you may have. So, yeah,
What's all the construction?
that's a great question. So, currently, in conjunction with Alamo Trust, the county and the city, and also the state of Texas, we're working on reestablishing the footprint of the Mission Care Fortress. So we're working on creating more pedestrian areas down here. The reason why Alamo Street is closed. It allows us to do more programming down here, kind of restore reference to the site. We're working on creating a museum across the street here where these buildings currently stand today. Some of them are historic structures, so they will be utilized in the new building. Right here on Crockett Street, that's mainly just redoing the street, the pedestrian walkways, In the back, you guys can visit tomorrow. You see
And again,
a big fence.
when you see
We're building a new collection.
this type of public employee,
Museum over here, we can only display about 5% of the artifacts.
there may only be 12 people out here, but it's important that they provide this information in the way that they provide it, and polite, friendly, and accessible to the public. So I'm going to go ahead and end
This one
this.
by fall of 2022.